Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the Big B82, and this is part 19 of my Discovery era science officer. And we're going to undertake the mission in the Romulan Mystery known as Mine Enemy. I'm sorry about the previous stream. It seems as though my PlayStation was having some fun with me by saying that I didn't have the graphical. I didn't have the internet power to be able to stream, which is a bit strange because I've just actually done a network test, and it's pretty good and it's in the green, so I think it was just having a funny turn. So it kind of threw me off there. So yes, we're trying to take another mission in the Romulan Mystery Arc. We're going to go to the Hfihar System to find out why the Remans are targeting this system in particular. They seem to take a liking here, and there's something here, but we are in Romulan territory, and it's pretty much controlled by the Ferengi, so I'm not expecting any help here. As you can see, that's New Romulus over there. That's New Romulus. We're that close to New Romulus. Here we are. There's the we shouldn't know that, but that's the narcotic gateway. Anyway, I'm going to hell for the mission, and then we'll get the show on the road.
Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obesks and his forces planned an attack there. The Hfihar System is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines, and are now doing business with anyone with Latinum. You will go to the Hfihar System under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obesks and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
Okay, so
I have new missions for you.
So let's accept, and let's begin Mine Enemy, and I shall conduct my captain's log. So captain's log, Stardate 86246.11. We're en route to investigate the Hfihar System. It was on the decoded list of targets by Obesks forces. The system is mostly controlled by Ferengi, so we expect little to none cooperation. So, Captain. So, Tamav, Captain. The Remans are targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have the exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all the moons in this system are inhabited, and our sensors are being affected by magnesite. We need to contact each moon to try to determine which one the Remans were actually targeting. Okay. This also will probably be the last mission that you'll see this ship. I will swap it out at the end of the episode, so you'll get to see the new ship. It's also the last free ship you get. So that's how Telerayu.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. All ships, attack!
How rude.
Scanning in progress.
Wasn't particularly very nice of them, but yeah. I guess if you don't like Starfleet, you don't like Starfleet. Not too bothered.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
Not very hospitable around here, are they? This is a dangerous area, but it has gotten worse since the destruction of Romulus. It might be difficult to get someone to trust us.
Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress.
Probably won't be the last time you see me fly around in an Intrepid. Probably will fly around in a Tier 6 Intrepid. So this is the moon Kawar. There is some more R&D materials around the other side of the moon. Please make it worth my while. Oh, it's fucking magnesite.
Scanning in progress.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
We will be down your command, so I'm going to take I'll take Caroline. She's my tactical officer and chief and head of security, so I'll take her down with me and leave Evelyn up on the ship. She's my first officer. Now, I've been playing this game for years. I mean, absolute shit ton of years. What I realise is that behind me, this person here, named Raul, is a duty officer. Go figure. And you can talk to her.
Did you need something?
What are you doing here?
It's a long story. After the destruction of Romulus, I joined a group of colonists looking for a new place to settle. We chose to form a new agrarian community on Viranot, a pastoral world on the edge of Romulan space. Our colony was attacked and destroyed. I managed to evade the attackers and get off-world with a small group of people. My luck ran out here, and I've been stuck ever since.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a biochemist by trade. I specialize in hemocyanin, a division of hematology, working with copper-based blood. On Viranat, I handled a lot of issues related to food compatibility and local biochemistry. These days, I mostly handle minor medical issues and nutritional deficiencies for the people living here. I can't afford passage off of this moon. I've managed to stay out of debt, but I don't know how long that will last.
Have you heard of anything strange locally?
This whole mining facility is nothing but strange. That Ferengi, Madra, rides everyone hard to make a profit. But just when it looks like things will get too bad, he turns around and does something generous. Folks have occasionally disappeared, and not by leaving on a ship. People here for weeks or months will suddenly vanish. People talk about seeing strange things, or being kept out of parts of the mine by the guards. There's something deeper in those mines. I'm sure of it.
No.
Did you need something? It's a long story.
Now, if we had a high enough, I think it's a high enough diplomacy. Is there high enough diplomacy? Then we can convince her to join our crew. If we're a Romulan Republic, yeah, you have to have a level 4, and I don't think I'm level 4 in diplomacy, so yeah, I would not be able to convince her to join my crew. If you're a Romulan Republic character and you come here, you can instantly get her to join you, because she's from Viranat, and you're from Viranat, so you have that in common. Right, so let's go and talk to Margarine. You can't, like, with any mission on this game, you can come back and repeat it. So once we get level 4, come back here and repeat it, or just do the initial part of this, go and pick her up, and you get a free duty officer. I think she's a biochemist, so she improves healing on when using science kit powers on the ground, and improves the amount of healed by science powers used in individuals copper-based. Romulans, Remans, Rogelians and Vulcans. It's not Vulcan, she's not much use to me. So, Margarine.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hfihar. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course. I heard that you have an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in the sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I had for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Margarine won't answer any questions about about why the Remans might be targeting this place for fear of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask someone of the locals what's going on here, we'll be able to provide us with some information. So if you watch my other playthroughs with my engineer and my science and my tactical officers, you'll know that you have specific missions here for your specific career tasks. Now the engineers, they fix the mining equipment, which is I think it's this one. That's the mining one. So we're scientists. Our job is to speak to the surveyor, I think.
I'm sorry, I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there something I can do to help?
I need someone who is familiar with the techniques involved in sonar analysis of soil compositions. How good is your podology?
I completed the continuing education program on pedology.
I've marked some coordinates on your map. Please go there, scan the soil content, and report back to me.
I have absolutely no idea what pedology even is. So if anyone knows what pedology is, mineralogical analysis of the rock in this area shows signs of magnesite, from a magnesite vein to our west. I'm intrigued. I'm going to find out what pedology is. It's the study of soil. Mineralogical analysis shows there is a vein here. And we get to... I've never been up this far. Stratification of the rock beneath us. Increasing concentration of magnesite, the signs of a major vein located here. Trying to see magnesite veins in the rocks beneath us. They appear to be part of a larger node. Ah. We found a major source of magnesite in this area. A new mine could be drilled here. It will make the previous one look like a tap. If a new mine is drilled here, it will make the previous one look like it had been tapped dry. Yes, podology is a discipline within soil science which focuses on the understanding and the characteristics of soil formation, evolution, and theological framework within which it only understands of soil bodies, often in the context of the natural environment. So it's soil science. Thank you, Google. I'm not in the fleet anymore, I got kicked out. By a wanker!
Thank you so much for your help. This information will be incredibly useful when we're ready to tap a new vein of ore. To answer your question, I'm not sure what makes this mine special. I haven't had much chance to explore the whole thing, though. My shuttle broke down in the system 6 weeks ago. Modron was happy to pick me up, but he's holding my shuttle until I've worked out the cost of the repairs. I can't wait to get off this rock. I have seen some strange people in the lower levels of the mine. I tried to do a survey down there once, but they wouldn't let me pass. Perhaps you should look there.
Okay. Let's go speak with Margin.
Want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the last one, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the green invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. Okay, so we're going to go and explore the mine now. It's just me and Caroline. Let's go and poke our heads around the mine and see what's going on. Now, no matter how many times I've tried, I've never managed to convince this guard to let me through, so we're just going to go to the shoot them route. They instantly turn hostile to you, so I don't know if it's a bug or what, but they don't particularly like us, so I'm just going to shoot them. Yeah, I'm not sure why the first what happened to my first stream. It was a bit weird, that was. Okay.
What do you want?
I'd like to enter this area.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you!
Maybe if you get to know me better, you'd learn to like me.
You don't belong here. And I'm done talking with you. Leave now! What do you want? This area is... Not. That big-head money grabber doesn't know the first thing about what really happens here. All he does is collect his latinum and make the miners miserable. You don't belong here.
Okay. Let's just shoot him. It's just like I'm not messing about. I'm not dicking about with an idiot, knowing that I can't get past him anyway. So. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to do something. So, this was bugged. We had a weird bug on this last time, so hopefully the bug's not here again. Alright, fellas. Site. Captain, there is a series of pressure plates located in the area. They're low tech, but the Romulans may have to resort to outdated security measures because of the interference from the magnesite veins in the cavern. The problem is that the magnesites making our truckers almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remans want to eliminate badly enough to use Thralion weapons, it has to be here. What we're going to have to do is figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans are trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Okay. Open sesame. Romulans and their secret bases.
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking.
There is much here you cannot understand, Javik. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Okay, now we're going to kill these guys. A little harsh shooting these guys because they're not really, really difficult to kill. I mean, only doing their jobs. Well, they are Tal Shiar. Alright, so we have some information consoles here, so let's find out about what's going on, what the Romulans have managed to conjure up. So let's read the logs on the Klingon Empire activity. Observed from holofeeds on Kronos, Chancellor Jumpek facing increasing challenges from members of the High Council loyal to House of Martok. Alliance between the House of Jompuk and the House of Doras is weak. Situation is highly exploitable. Recommend we seek agents on Kronos. Many members of the discriminated House of Torg have been resorted to the House of Doras. KDF leadership angered by a High Council mandate to work more closely with the Klingon intelligence. Fikiri forces in the region massing under new leadership. Malia Delan was seen entering the home of Drex, son of Martok. Gorn pushed for more representative on the High Council rejected. See what they've been sneaking on Starfleet. So, observed from captured holofeed on a space dock. Captain Sulu has applied to transfer to the front lines of the Klingon conflict. Admiral Quinn, under medical care for heart condition, is detected in Starfleet medical records indicate that the condition is fully treatable and not suitable target for exploitation. 7th Fleet entered neutral zone as part of a routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake heading extended operations in Eta Eldri. Starfleet Command considering new tactics in conflicts with the True Way. Starfleet intelligence concerns with rise of war profiteering by independent Ferengi and Doppeltarians. Observed the holofeed from Rator 3. Increased power used in Royal Palace indicates that lower levels may still be in use. Senator Shimek is accepting bribes in exchange for slowing progress on trade agreements. Erosion representatives to meet with Seela. Reman representatives removed from the Senate chamber. Opposition leader Tetan assassinated. Three reunification proponents arrested. Agents of Seela meet with True A leaders near Badlands. Observed from live intelligence on Republic space. Archaeological activity indicates that the recent excavation revealed an unexpectedly high value find. Attempts to capture colonists in primitive Mo Rehan meeting with resistance from mixed forces. Federation Starbase 234 engaging in defensive training exercises. Long-range social destabilization of the Archimedean culture underway. Fighting activity correlated with temporal anomalies near the Azure Nebula. Cloaked assets monitoring construction of listening posts in the Hfihar System. Observed in holofeed from Cardassia Prime. The Tapper Council petitions Federation to fund Lucaran city infrastructure projects. 47 injured in the bombing of the University of Kurlat. True Way claims responsibility for attacks. The Tapper Council passes bill allowing Cardassian government to seize assets of persons convicted of terrorist activity. Chancellor Mariam Okunda resigns. Starfleet sending advisors to Cardassians to advise government on security issues. Councillor Lavara introduces resolution calling for Cardassians to apply for Federation membership. Bill stalls in committee. Ministry of Trade extends agreements with Ferengi to market Cardassian-made transport vessels and phaser banks. The Borg. Observed from captured holo recording in the Delta Quadrant. Resistance is futile. Listening post. Holo observed in holo feed from listening post Hespastus. Janik is fighting with Hfihar again. Hfihar takes shuttles and leaves base for 2 days. Long range sensors mark his progress to neutral zone. 6 miners held in for questioning. Chief Medical Officer reports 2 cases of Ladarian flu. 6 encrypted messages sent from Colonel Keith Consul to unknown recipient. Recommended that transmissions be investigated further. There's a bonus over here. Where's the Centurion? There's your boss. Journal entry 864512. Innocent criminal dead. Akiv ordered him to explore the tunnels. We found organic remains and fully discharged disruptor was nearby. It looked like he had been melted. I think we should wall off this section of the mine and not disturb the creature down here. 6 people have already died, 5 were miners and therefore expendable, but Croman showed promise, and I know that in time he would have been a fine officer. I've asked Colonel Akiv to request reinforcements. If he's determined to kill people exploring this mine, then let him kill recruits. What a nice guy the Chief Medical Officer seems to be. Journal entry 448532. We were drilling near when we broke through a wall into a chamber that hadn't appeared on our scans. Blasted magnesite. It blocks everything. Sensors, tricorders, they're all useless. Chamber is large and should be suitable for an expansion of the base. There are several spherical orbs in it, and you are yet to determine the nature of these orbs, but Janek thinks that they are pretty. She kept one in for her quarters. We've asked for permission to study the orbs, and they remind me of the Federation report I read once. Can't remember the details, but it was something about the Janus system. No kill eye, no kill eye. This message is burned deep into the floor of the chamber. Acid sizzles through the edges of the letters. Don't worry, we'll wait for you. That's the remains of the good person there. See, melted into the ground. Poor son of a bitch. Right, let's go and get the commander's access code. So that means we're going to go and speak with Commander Janek.
I almost feel sorry for you. But I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hfihar has his way, we all will.
Come with me now, Eggy Day. Hello, Commander.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Reman Resistance want to destroy this base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Remans scum would find much more tempting.
I need more than your word that this is a base as harmless as you say.
Colonel Hfihar will want my blood for this, but... Take my security code. You can use it to access the control room. You'll find everything you're looking for there.
Really won't tell her that she's carrying a halter's egg in her thing. So let's unlock this bad boy. Hello, fellas. Oh, you're a medic. Well, heal this. Yeah, but that's quite embarrassing.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do when we litigate. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Well, fat baskets. Yeah, I'm well aware. Let's get the hell out of here. Boom. Yeah, I just blocked your mind. Don't mind me. Margarine.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
I didn't do anything. It was the Hfihar cell that you were sheltering.
Hfihar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop with the lies, Margarine. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janet and Hfihar were barely speaking, and I once heard Hfihar mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from your system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, Margarine, or I'll be back. Margarine doesn't seem to know much, Captain, but at least he's not willing to part with that information he knows about without being paid. I think that we can help. He can't help anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck in decrypting the files recovered from the Tal Shiar. I'm sure they'll have more useful than anything Margarine has to say. So, we get to visit our bridge. And then we've got to pop back to Earth. So, let's visit the bridge. Should be the Voyager 2409 if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure I made sure it's the Voyager 2409 bridge. It is technically a Voyager refit, so be sensitive to keep Voyager's new bridge. Yeah, Voyager's bridge 2410. So we're travelling into the future. You're operating Harry Kinn's thing. Don't actually think we can go anywhere though. Oh, we can travel to engineering. Cool. I think I might use the Voyager bridge then. Right, so we've got to go into our ready room, and we need to access the library files. So decipher Tal Shiar files. Hfihar. Open further. Activities of note in Klingon space. Emperor Kalis has been spotted in Breen space. Chancellor John Pocket is a potential adversary in Gerard. The House of Torg has been brought before the High Council for condemnation of commendation by the House of Mortok. Focused 3 Batlev tournament has a new champion. Cross-reference with Starfleet records. Inaccuracy found. The House of Torg lost its seat to the Klingon High Council after evidence revealed that the House leaders collaborated with Romulans to attack the House of Mortok. That's the treason, so they were discombinated. And apply. It's a cryptid using multi-vel passkey that references other files uploaded. Fevera Pelefera precedents. So it's Pelefera. Notable activities in the United Federation of Planets. Federation Embassy established on Defera Prime. Federation Council extends aid to Cardassia Prime and agrees to continue defense pact. Klingon Federation peace talks disrupted on Regulus 4. Vice Vulcan Ambassador Sokev retired to monastery on Pajem. Now we know that's not true. Ambassador Sokev was revealed to be an Undine infiltrator after a Starfleet vessel transported him to the monastery at Pajem. That was us. So we know that's not true. It was exposed because we exposed him. Prudence. Chain of command at Tal Shiar listening post Hesperus. Commanding officer Colonel O'Keefe. Executive officer Commander Janik. Chief medical officer Lieutenant Livok is a cunt. Chief Engineering Officer Lieutenant Tullis. There's no references, so let's analyse it. Partial number sequence found in the ID numbers. Numbers some of the previous 2 files referred to another repocracy. So I think it's that one. Yep. Select any file and referendum. Notable actions in Romulan Senate. Senate votes to give Emperor Sealer powers to override rulings of Imperial courts. Ambassador Jurok visits Andoria. Reman rebels attack transports in Iota Provenus. Senate rectifies new tax on dilithium. So this cross reference to records. Starfleet has no records of Ambassador Jurok visiting Andoria. Vulcan. Changes made. So, fire hypocrisy. Secret Reman base detected in the DSC system. Listening post asbestos has detected an increase in subspace communications and ships travelling to and from the DSC system. Analysis of the communications and ship traffic reveals patterns of obfuscation normally employed by Reman's forces. Tal Shiar forces are then intercepted the ship leaving the DSC system and captured 47 Reman civilians. The passengers and crew were summarily executed under orders of Colonel Keith, but the captain and first officer were preserved for questioning. Under interrogation, the captain of the Reman vessel provided a security key that could be used to decipher encrypted communications sent to the DSC system. The decrypted messages proved that there is a base in the area of space being used by the Reman resistance. Recommendation: Tal Shiar ships should be sent to the DSC system immediately to capture this base and its inhabitants. Tal Shiar plan to attack the Reman base. We need to get this information out today on Starbase 39 Sierra immediately. So, this is my office. I can actually get out. Do you know I can actually travel areas of the ship? So I can go to engineering, crew quarters and this bay. Cool. I have to use this bridge more than because most of the bridges are broken. So let's leave the ship interior. Let's speak with Admiral Tanay.
The Tal Shiar records you recovered showed that Hakeeb and his forces have been targeting the Remans for months. Obesks and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obesks' campaign against the Tal Shiar is just. However, Obesks was planning on using Thalaron weapons in the Hfihar System, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians, as well as the Tal Shiar cell there. This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
That's true. She's absolutely right. Now, I would say to get the cannons, I can't use them.
Congratulations, Admiral.
So we're now Admiral Lower Half. We're being held by Admiral Quinn on screen. Congratulations, Jasmine Cartwright. You've been proving yourself. So I'll return. I'll go straight away. I'll speak to Admiral Tanay after we get a ship, and then I'll hail her from ESD, and then we'll go from there. But this is the last unlockable ship you can get. It's a tier 5 ship. Science you get a choice of 2. The long range congratulations on the promotion, Admiral. So we, as a science, we get to choice of 2. We get the deep space science vessel, which is the Trident. Trident. So it's the Trident class, the Destiny or the Oracle, but I'm not using. I'm not going to use that one. No. I'm going to be using one that I didn't use previously when I did this. I'm going to be using this, which is the Luna. Now the Luna is the USS Titan, Captain Riker's ship. I think it made an appearance recently in Lower Decks. Can't really watch it over here in the UK, but I know it made an appearance in Lower Decks. We have the Lunar variant, the Polaris, and the Sol. Sol kind of looks like a cross between Voyager and the Luna. We're going to be flying the Luna. The Tier 6 version of this ship is going to make its appearance on the sea store at some point, and I probably will be flying it. So let's buy the reconnaissance vessel. It'll be called the USS Hull. It's going to be called something completely different to that. So now we can fly other ships, sea store ships. I think so. We can fly a retrofitted version of the USS Sovereign. I want to invite to a fleet. I'll accept it.
We know from the information you recovered from the...
I have new missions.
What are we doing to help Romulan civilians, like the miners?
Since the destruction of Romulus, the Federation has done all it can for the survivors and the Romulan colony worlds. Many of our aid shipments were stolen or diverted for use by the Romulan military. Others were rejected out of pride or suspicion. Nonetheless, we will not stop. It is my belief that a lasting peace with the Romulans is possible, but it will not be attained through treaties. Only by reaching out to individuals, as you did in the Hfihar System, can we sweep away decades of mistrust and hostility.
I have new mission.
Okay. I'll talk to my new fleet. I kind of ironically helped found this last night. You always get random invites to fleets. Hopefully this one's not a dick like the previous one. But that is the end of part 19. When we return in part 20, we'll have a new ship and we'll have a new mission as well, which will be the... She said what it was, but I've completely forgotten. We'll be doing Frozen. I'm the Big V82. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up. And I will see you in part 20, Frozen. Until then, ciao for now.